Hey folks, Jonathan Milam here with two magnificent horns. One of them's just too good. It's a Conn Vintage 1 gold-plated sterling silver bell with a horn that I have really wanted to compare it to. It is the Bach Stradivarius Artisan, and AB 190 is what it is. Conn Vintage 1 in the gold, and the Strad Artisan 190 in the lacquer silver. I'm going to use three mouthpieces when I compare these horns. I'm going to start off with a very mellow one. If you're in an intimate situation, not needing a lot of volume, but you definitely wanted a warm tone, you can't beat the Reeves C to J. That's not a valley. It's not a canyon you're looking into. Seems close. Large drill, 11 size drill, definitely a mellower Flugel type sound. The only difference, unfortunately, is you've got a brass bell as opposed to the sterling silver. Well, we'll be able to find out how they respond. I'll try and give a long tone on each mouthpiece, and then the song I'm going to play for this deep mouthpiece is Summertime. And then we'll try that same thing. It's the Reeves C to J, very deep mouthpiece. We'll play that with the Conn Vintage 1 sterling silver bell. Really think this Vintage 1 is a very, very underrated horn. I've got it up for sale. I'm not crazy about sterling silver bells. I think they're very good, but I've always done better on the simple light brass bell. Don't really even care for the red brass bells. I've got some horns. I've got a little pudgy that's got a copper bell. Now that's a special little horn. I think that works well, but I always do better with the yellow brass, just more comfortable with it and feel like it's easier for me to work with. I did read one place that said sterling silver is not advised for novices. And, you know, I guess I'm just a novice. But magnificent horn. As far as carrying power, I don't know that anything carries to my ear quite like the sterling silver. Okay, we're going to go to what I would consider a legit mouthpiece, somewhat similar, at least as close as I can come. This is a Reeves 42B. He patterned this after the Bach 7B, so definitely more of a legit type mouthpiece. You're at a wedding, you need something that's going to work very well for a very legit circumstance, and you're playing solo, and hopefully, unlike me, you don't have a bad case of the nerves when you suddenly try and put on your legit hat. And this is the Artisan. other than the seriously cracked first note, it has good tone, doesn't it? User error. Oh, how marvelous. They're never going to invite me to a wedding again. And now we'll do the Conn Vintage 1. Same thing, rather a legit mouthpiece, 24 drills, so definitely able to put forth the volume. I used to sing that at a lot of weddings when I was in high school. Such a slow-moving, just a majestic piece, though. Okay, back to the last mouthpiece I'm going to try. It's a recent acquisition to me, totally different, please believe me. It is a GR64 MS, and I think that's going to stand for medium shallow. Not quite sure how this mouthpiece gets such an open, clear feel to it. It just feels like even I could blow the wall back a little ways, subconsciously backing away from the mic. Okay, going to do an old gospel tune, and we'll just bounce around with that and give you an idea. This is the Artisan, and it is with the GR mouthpiece. I forgot the long tone at the start with the different mouthpiece. Okay, that's the Bach Artisan with the GR64 MS mouthpiece. And now we'll try the same little bouncy number with the Vintage 1. Two really wonderful horns, and at the moment they are both available. You've got a Bach Artisan, and then you've got the Conn Vintage 1. The Artisan, of course, is very popular. The Vintage 1, perhaps less so, and such a shame. But if the sterling silver bell sells, I do at some point intend to revisit the vintage one. Just love to see how it would play with a brass bell. And I know I've read people that say, oh, the rose brass is the way you like to go. Personally, I like yellow brass. I think it's easier material to color, to my way of thinking. As always, folks, just a pleasure to have such marvelous horns and such a friendly audience. I was really agonizing over a thumbs down that I got from someone one time. And I must have said something, and a guy wrote in and said, you got 250 views and 2 thumbs down. So basically, it's a very courteous crew at YouTube, to my way of thinking. And I did have one guy that said, you should not be demoing horns. And I was thinking, wait a minute, I'm the guy that put the bucks out to get these horns. I'll demo whatever I want. Not saying I demo like a pro, but I do enjoy YouTube. I kid around a lot and have a good time, maybe a little too casual for some. As always, though, thanks for the thumbs up and the comments especially. That's how we learn your experience with these horns, what you like about them, what you think. As always, then, do take care of yourself and someone near you.